Orlando.
Welcome to another edition of Real Family Talk. Hello. Welcome to Real Family Talk. This is your host, Jay Real. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday evening. It's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. It's a good time out there, people. Good time. Hope everybody ate a lot in recovering this week from all the food that you ate last week, all that sweet potato pie, turkey, the ham. What else they had? The dressing, maybe some cranberry sauce. All those nice, good things that you tend to eat on Thanksgiving. Let's go ahead and welcome everybody in the building here. Ms. McCrae's in the building. How you doing, Ms. McCrae?
Hey, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Is it wrong that I'm still eating sweet potato pie?
Not at all. Sweet
when I go
potato
home,
pie
I'ma
should be
have a
served
piece.
more often.
I think so, especially my mama's.
I agree.
Sweet potato pie. I'm just saying.
We don't make enough sweet potato pie throughout the year. That's what I say. How you doing tonight, Jeremy?
I'm doing good.
All right. And on the phone, as always, on the first Tuesday of the month, Miss Bernie calls in. How you doing, Jasmine?
I am doing well. How's everyone doing this evening?
Oh, we're doing all
Hey,
right.
girl.
We're doing all right. Go ahead, Miss Jasmine. Go ahead and talk to us.
Well, as you all know, we have had a very small but great victory over the past week. Miss Marissa Alexander has been released from jail. And what's so miraculous about this is that she was released 5 minutes before midnight on Thanksgiving Day.
Amen.
Yeah, that is great news.
That is wonderful news. For those of you all who may not be familiar with Marissa was jailed about 3 years ago for shooting a warning shot at her abusive husband, who's had a history, a track record known for being someone who has been abusive towards her in all sorts of domestic violence cases. Shot a warning shot at him and went to trial, tried to plead stand your ground, yet again another stand your ground case, and was found guilty and was placed in jail for 20 years. It caused, she went to jail. We never heard about her again until all of a sudden Trayvon Martin happened. Trayvon Martin took place, stand your ground became the forefront in a lot of people's minds, and her case was resurrected as something that we all should look at. This case took place in Jacksonville, Florida, just a few hours away from Sanford, Florida. And because at the same time that Trayvon Martin was taking place, Marissa Alexander's case was gaining national attention. And because people applied pressure, they went to an appeals court, had her case looked at, and literally within 12 minutes of them looking at her case, determined that there was a discrepancy in the jury instructions and decided to overturn her case. We thought, that's a great victory. That's something that we should celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's release her from jail on bond. Get to the point where it was time to release her from jail on bond. Earlier this month, judge ruled that he'd like to push that bond hearing back to January. Didn't even want to hear it, push it back to January. Somehow, some way, the Lord saw fit that she needed to be released and had an opportunity to go home to her children, who she hasn't seen in 3 years, and was pregnant at the time that she was going through this abusive situation with her husband. So this has just been a wonderful, wonderful victory for Melissa, her family, and other activists who have been so heavily involved in making sure that she's free and on bail, and that her case can be reheard and reheard properly. So this is just wonderful. Now, although she's free and at home, technically she's not free because she is on house arrest. And a lot of people are drawing attention to the comparisons between her and George Zimmerman, and the fact that, George Zimmerman got to go home and sleep in his bed after this all took place, whereas Marissa unfortunately gets released from jail. She's currently on house arrest and has to remain under partial supervision. She's subjected to electronic monitoring at all times. She cannot have any contact with the ex-husband, which is explainable.
Right.
She can't change her residence at all without providing notification to the court. She has to abide by all court orders in the divorce proceedings involving her ex-husband. She can't possess a firearm. There can't be any in her home. She can't consume alcohol or take drugs. There are just a number of different things. She has to be subjected to random drug testing as well. And the police can come and search her home without a warrant at any time as well. So these are all things that she'll have to deal with until her new trial, which takes place in March. And at that time, when that trial begins, of course, it is going to be nationally recognized and televised, and we will begin to see what happened and what led us to her being jailed and then now being released on bail because of an appeal. What do you guys think of this?
I think it's good that she's out. As far as her restrictions, I think you have to draw where the differences are in the two cases, in the sense that for George Zimmerman, he never was convicted of anything. Obviously they didn't even arrest him, whereas in her case, for all intents and purposes, whether we agree with the verdict or not, she was convicted of a crime. And in light of what happened in the George Zimmerman case, of course, Angela Corey is, at least at the moment, basically, got her guns blazed and is going to, sort of stake her claim, if you will, to say, I didn't get this thing wrong. And so she's out to prove it, and she's not going to make it easy, I don't think. Maybe she'll have a change of heart after all of the hoopla continues, but at the moment she seems to be guns drawn, and she's gonna let everybody know and let Marissa Alexander know, just because you got convinced this particular person that you can get out, I ain't forgot. I'm here for you, and I'm coming for you, and get ready. It's kind of that's the sense that I get from Angela Corey. It seems like her whole reputation is in question after the George Zimmerman thing, and she's sort of looking to build it again on this Marissa Alexander case, right or wrong, and that's how I see it, and I think that's why you see all of these extra restrictions on Marissa Alexander that were not there for George Zimmerman.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think she's definitely trying to soften the blow, and that's why there was that surprise release on Thanksgiving that so many people could acknowledge and be thankful for and excited about. But the real kicker is going to come when this case goes back to trial. We haven't probably seen anything yet in comparison to what we've probably already seen in George Zimmerman's case and what we've already seen as it relates to what Marissa has gone through. So that was just softening the blow, but there is more to come in this particular case. But the great thing is she's home, and I'm pretty sure she's happy. She's with her children, and we need to continue to keep her in our prayers as this moves forward.
Definitely. Like I said, at the end of the day, she, as of last Tuesday, she was in a prison cell. As of Wednesday evening, going into Thursday, she's home. Even if it's with a monitoring bracelet, you home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You home.
Yeah.
You're not in a jail cell. They can come by anytime they want. Well, they was going to do that in jail anyway. So, again, I'm home. So I'd rather be home than to be in a jail cell, as opposed to being in a jail cell. Home with a monitoring device, that's A-okay. Like I said, even in prison, they were basically had the same restrictions on her, except she was behind 4 bars in prison. At least here, she has the freedom to walk around her house. More importantly, she can touch her kids, kiss her kids, hug her kids, and the rest of her family, which I'm sure more than anything, that's the victory that she's probably celebrating.
Correct.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you for calling in, Miss Bernie. I won't hold you long. I know you got to go here. So thank you. Any last comments you want to make?
No, that's all, just thank you all for having me this week, and I look forward to speaking with you all next month.
All right.
All
We'll
right,
see you
Jazz.
then.
Moments with Jazz.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So yeah, Miss Bernie called in to inform us about Marissa Alexander. Like we say, she's home. She got to be spend Thanksgiving with the family. I think that in and of itself is a win for her, and I'm sure she is all Kool-Aid smiles.
Yeah.
I knew I would be.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Just to remind you, this is Gospel 1680 WOKB. You can find us online at WOKBradio.com and give us a call. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number. We're going to recap Thanksgiving. We got some good stories here that we wanted to tell anyway about Thanksgiving.
Oh, boy.
But before we do that, man, football, of course, 3 football games on Thursday. Unfortunately, my Steelers came up on the losing end. That was not bode well for our push to get into the playoffs.
Sorry.
We're still not out. We're still not out, though,
Okay.
Miss McCray.
All right.
I'm a hold out hope, even though I don't believe. I'm a hold out hope that anything is possible, Miss McCray. As we close out the season, what do we got about? We're at 12 games, I think, for most people. So we got about 4 or 5 weeks. 4 or 5 weeks left in the season.
I think it's 4. I think everybody's had their bye.
Everybody's had their bye now?
I believe so.
All right. So we got about 4 weeks left in the season. So we'll see what happens, Miss McCray. Other than that, the biggest thing that happened over the weekend, of course, is what happened in the Auburn-Alabama game. That's what everybody's talking about.
Crazy.
Crazy what happened in that game. I mean, Auburn played them tough all game. And then at the end, I mean, who would have thought? Kick a field goal. Missed the field goal. The man catches it at the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
The back of the end zone.
End zone to end zone.
And then the man runs it all the way back to the other side of the end zone. What? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Things like that only happen in the Arena Football League. Seriously, I mean that's a regular occurrence in arena football. I mean, not necessarily running it back, but they do that because in arena football you can play off the net if the field goal is missed, and that was the college that was the play of the century, as far as I'm concerned, because given the ramifications behind it, there's no bigger play than that ever. Right. I mean, people talk about the Cal and Stanford game when the band ran on the field and they thought they won the game. Yeah, but that didn't really have no real significance. It was just a good play. With the Doug Flutie at Boston College with the Miami, I guess that was a little big for a national championship thing. But, that wasn't out of ordinary. I mean, he threw a ball and somebody caught it,
Mm-hmm.
But this, off of missed field goal, it ran it back 108 or 109 yards. I mean, come on, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. If it was in a movie, we'd be like, nah, that couldn't happen.
Right.
If it did not happen and we didn't see it happen, nah, that can't happen.
We were sitting there, we was watching it. We were visiting with my sister was in town, and me and my brother and a couple of my sisters, we were sitting there talking, and me and my brother-in-law, well, he was in front of the TV and I was kind of casually watching it. It's the end of the last play of the game or possibly in the overtime, so we were looking at it. I'm paying attention. They kicked, say, oh, he missed. And it's like, it's short. And the dude caught it. Like, oh, he caught it. He's running.
He's still running.
He's still running.
Right.
And when I saw him hit that sideline, I was like, ain't nobody finna catch him. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
So Alabama is number 4 now.
Number 4.
All the FSU fans
Florida State's number
Whoop,
1.
whoop.
is ecstatic as FSU takes the number 1 spot.
Florida State.
Oh, yeah.
And the Ohio State's number 2, the Urban Meyer team, is number 2. So if all things go well, it looks like it will be FSU and Ohio State in the national championship.
Yeah.
Who wins that game, Jeremy?
Florida State. I'm going to answer
come
for
on,
him.
Man. You didn't even have to ask me that.
I'm going to answer for him.
You already know it. You could have told me they were playing the Jaguars. I'm going to pick Florida State.
Florida State. And I'd also
put
like
the Patriots
to,
up. I'm still picking Florida State.
I want to shout out one of my sorors, one of my special sorors, Nicole Wilson, who is a graduate of Ohio State, and she talks much noise. And I just can't wait. I hope that this happens because trash talking will be happening.
I'm still upset. I wanted to see him play Alabama.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see
yeah.
him
I
play
did want to
Alabama.
see
We
that.
wanted to see that one. But I'll take this. Just take us to Pasadena and give us a win.
Yeah, we still got to beat Duke. Nothing's,
Absolutely.
nothing's guaranteed.
This is true.
Duke is tough. They didn't. I mean,
Duke is going to be tough.
I'm saying Duke is a good team.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't want the team
'Cause
to go in there with the big head, like,
the
oh,
other
number
day you
one.
told me they was going to mop the floor with Duke.
Oh, I didn't say they wouldn't, but I'm just saying you can't overlook them.
You don't want to be
You know
surprised.
Coach Fisher said that the one thing about this team is they haven't overlooked any opponent. That's why they've been blowing everybody out, because they take it week to week. They're not overlooking anybody. They're not looking past this one to play this one. That's why they've been real focused this year. That's why, none of their games have been close, which they shouldn't have. They have as far as strength of schedule, they got like they strength of schedule is actually worse than Ohio State's. But I think that's because where everybody ended up now.
Mm-hmm.
A few of the teams they blew out. They were top 25 teams. There's 3 of them when they played them. But unlike Ohio State, none of the teams have really been in the game after halfway through the third quarter. They pretty much put everybody away, and Ohio State hasn't done that. That's why everybody has that question out there: could they get leapfrogged, or would the voters vote Auburn in if they win, or Missouri in if they win?
I got you. Okay, we'll find out, man.
That's what I like about them. They don't even let nobody think they can beat them. That's how you're supposed to play. That's what Alabama probably been this year.
Yeah.
They've been better than everybody, but too many people been in close games with them. Too many.
Well, you can't stay at the top forever, right?
I know you can't, but you can try.
Yeah.
So we can try. And they had a good run, though. Two championships back to back.
Yeah.
I mean, even at the end of the day, they're still going to probably finish the season with 1 loss. I mean, that's
Right.
still a great season.
They
It's
still
not a
get to the
national
bowl
championship.
game.
And it was
You
a
don't know
good
You
game.
never know. They might play UCF in that bowl game. You never know what might happen.
Uh-oh. Shout out to UCF, though. Shout out to UCF for really
What do they rank this year?
improving.
I know they're ranked. What do they rank?
I believe they're
Let's find out.
like 16th in the BCS, something of that nature.
16th. UCF is 16th in the BCS.
Yep.
I'm amazed just by that.
I
Just the
think
fact
in
that they
Florida,
ranked.
they're number 2 in the state of Florida.
Yeah, they are. But let's just be honest here.
I'm just saying.
I'm
That's
just saying.
huge for UCF.
Yeah, it is. Now for the school and their program, yeah, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
But I've been watching college football for a good amount of time, and overall across the board, there haven't been any. It's been, to me, this year. It's been like 2 dominant teams, really. Alabama and Florida State pretty been, and it's like everybody else. Well, I can't say that. I say you got Alabama, Florida State, and then you got that 3 through 12 bunch, and they're kind of all interchangeable depending on what week it is. And then everybody else after that. So it's not like the thing of what I'm saying is it's not been a consistent dominance at the top. It's not like, okay, all these top 15 teams are so much better than everybody else below them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a team like UCF, which is a good team, they're solid. They got a lot of seniors. They know what it's the thing that people don't discount about about sports in general is you got a team who know who they are. They know what they want to do, and they do what they do best. That's the advantage they have over a lot of teams. A lot of teams, some of them are young. They haven't figured it out yet. They don't know exactly what they want to do. You got a young quarterback who may be a little turnover prone. And UCF, they don't make a lot of mistakes. They did when they played this past Friday when they played South Florida. That's why South Florida in the game, they turned the ball over, I believe, 4 times. That's why South Florida was even in the game. To be honest with you, they should have mopped the floor with South Florida. They really should have. South Florida won like 2 or 3 games this year. Shame to say that. I'm graduated from it. But anyway, don't tell nobody.
Keep it a secret, bro.
But yeah, they really should have. But but like I said, UCF is solid. They're a very solid team. That's why they've been playing everybody. That's why they gave South Carolina a hard time. That's why they end up beating Louisville. That's why whatever bowl game they go to, it's potentially they could play Alabama in the bowl game. Potentially they could play Clemson in the bowl game. Everything I've heard is they're probably either going to the Sugar Bowl or to the Orange Bowl. Between the two, and either one of those
pretty good for UCF.
Yeah, it is.
That's
And
big
either one of them could be one of the opponents, and they can play either one of them tough.
Well, we'll see, man. Shout out to the UCF grads and
man.
UCF fans out there. But that's
Home
awesome,
team.
man.
I'll be going for them. Whoever they play, I'm going for. UCF, as long as they don't play Florida State. Can we talk about the seriousness of that Alabama and Auburn game? Did you hear about the lady who shot and killed
Yes.
a woman
Yes.
because she felt like they weren't as upset as she was that Alabama lost?
Yeah, I heard about that.
And that they were joking around, oh, we lost, whatever. And she shot and killed
The woman.
her.
Because they didn't take it serious enough.
Ma'am.
No, that's not why she did it.
Really? That's what they're saying.
No, you know why she did it?
Why?
Because she was crazy.
Well,
Come on, I mean, let's just be honest.
yeah.
That's what it is. You know. I mean, it makes it a good story when you wrap it around the game. It makes it a story. Oh, fan shoots other fan because they didn't take the loss serious enough. Crazy.
That is crazy.
Just crazy.
And that's some old Brazil. Well, let me not say that. Let's say that's some old.
I knew you talking about. You've been talking about
European
some football.
soccer
Yeah,
fans.
that's some.
Absolutely.
That's some Arsenal versus Manchester type stuff.
Yeah.
Them soccer thugs, they do stuff like that.
Them soccer fans across the pond, man. They take the game that seriously
That
and fight in the stands when their team loses, like a game like this. So
killed
we typically
her.
don't do that kind of stuff in America. We
No.
just let it go.
Unless you're crazy.
Well,
Unless
they
you're
crazy. And the kicker is getting death threats.
Crazy.
Crazy. This is a kid. Like, I mean, we forget that these are
Well,
college
but,
students.
But that happens.
Not even that.
That happens all the time. Even
Yeah,
even
yeah.
in the NFL.
But
When a
let's
player
just-
fumbles on an important play, like I'm sure, buddy, that in that Denver game and the Patriots game, buddy, that made a mistake and touched that punt return at the end of the game.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet you he had a few death threats. So
And-
I
and,
mean,
you know,
that
remember the
kinda
guy
happens
came. The
in
guy
football.
came to
It's the actual act of doing it that makes it really crazy.
the guy earlier this year went to what's his name, Matt Shaw's house or drove by or
He
something like
did.
that
Yeah.
because he was playing bad and this is just crazy. I mean, first of all, you got to look at it in perspective. A 57-yard field goal. First of all, there ain't a lot of pro kickers that can make that on a regular basis,
Right.
or 1 out of 5.
And most pro teams usually don't even attempt.
They
that.
won't even attempt it.
About the only team that will is the Raiders with
With Janikowski,
the Janikowski.
who with the Florida State, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
Hey now.
But yeah, I mean, that's not even. It was one of them things like Saban said. The guy he hit 60 yards in practice all the time, so I guess he figured he had a better shot of hitting a field goal than making a Hail Mary.
Which makes sense, actually.
Yeah, to me it does make sense. But the fact that people actually like he was supposed to make it,
Right.
bruh, you go kick it. No, matter of fact, let's line up a 33-yard field goal for the game win. You go out there and let's see if you hit it. Let's see if you can get the ball to the 10-yard line.
Let's not even
Yeah.
do 33. Let's do 20.
You know what I'm saying? We'll just throw you out there for extra point. Let's see if you can get the ball through the upright.
Throwing it, but
crazy.
It happens.
Crazy.
But you kind of expect the death threats, just because fans do stuff like that. It's the actual act when you like driving by the man's house, like with Matt Schaub, or in this lady's case, shooting somebody because they weren't as upset as you are. That's that craziness that just goes beyond. Even the death threats are silly, but at least that's sort of commonplace, unfortunately, in this world. I mean, even actors get stuff like that because they did bad in a movie role,
Right.
So I mean, we kind of see that, and that's
The boy can't
that's
walk
the kind of
around
crazy
campus
normal,
right now. Like they're saying he couldn't go to class. He can't go to class this whole week.
And that's crazy. And let me be real. Them teammates supposed to stand up for the guy. Because he wasn't even the one. They should be mad at the other kicker who missed the 3 field goals. That's what they supposed to be mad at. You were seeing him to death threats.
Really? They need to
I'm
be
sorry.
mad at
We ain't
special
I'm sorry. We ain't
teams.
even gonna say that.
Not-
we
yeah, we're not
ain't
gonna
gonna say that. You ain't sending nobody no death
Send-
threats.
Don't say
Death
nobody.
threats.
But I'm just saying, it was another kicker who missed 3 field goals that were all very makeable field goals that should have been made, and the game they wouldn't have been in the position they in now.
But how about the whole special teams that missed those tackles?
But
like
you
that's
know, I
where it
can't-
came.
well, I
Everybody
can't-
kind of fell asleep. They were like, "Oh, we're just gonna go in
Right.
overtime."
But I can't blame them. This is the only reason I'm gonna say that, because when that field goal unit is out there, you don't have a lot of DBs, cornerbacks out there, safeties.
lot of
You don't have a lot of
offensive
speed on the field. So once I saw, if you watch the replay, once that guy missed when he ran around the corner and the guy dove and he missed, he was gone after that. Because nobody else had the speed to catch up with him. I mean, if you look, pretty much after he crossed the 45, 50, nobody was even close.
Right. Plus, when you consider the fact that he basically broke to the side of the field that nobody was on.
Yeah.
That also helped him. And and when you got I don't know, all of them probably not 300 pounds, but when you got a 200 something.
Now that's Alabama. They all 300 pounds.
They all 300. All right. So when you got 8 300-pound people out there mainly trying to tackle somebody, after they done ran down the field to try and catch him initially.
Yeah, it was done.
And then they got to try and break the field to the right now to catch him. You asking a lot, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to fault the whole team. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't want any game to come down to the kicker. You know, they don't. That's no real football player wants the game to ever really be decided by the kicker. So at the end of the day, you have to blame the team, and the team should have stood up for these dudes.
Yeah.
If they were having problems, as their brothers in arms, because they were at fault too, because they didn't beat up Auburn like the number one team should, right?
Exactly.
You're the number one team in the country for a reason. Beat everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Or at least win your games. Don't be getting mad because the kicker couldn't kick a 60-yard field goal.
I know. No, it makes sense.
That don't make no sense, man. But, yeah, man, that's what happened with the crazy football game. Let's talk Thanksgiving a little bit. Talk Thanksgiving. Give me a call. Tell me about your Thanksgiving, man. I'd love to hear about it. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number. Ms. McCray, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was fantastic. It was quiet. Last year we had all my dad's family, so it was like 16 people in the house. This year it was 5. So it was real peaceful. We ate and talked and laughed, and about 5 o'clock, so everybody kind of went their separate ways in the house. Like my dad to the man cave, I went in one room and just slept and watched movies and chilled. It was fantastic.
It was peaceful.
It was peaceful.
Peaceful. Huh?
Yeah. And I mean, I love my family, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot when you're trying to host that many people. So this year, and I mean, me and my folks have been through a lot the last 2 months, I'd say. So it was nice to just sit and chill and just relax.
Cool.
What about y'all? Did y'all get to eat this year? Was it okay?
Yeah.
It was all right.
It was good. We did get to eat more.
Okay.
Because we were a little lighter than usual. You know, a lot of people did their I won't say their own thing. You know, other things happen. You know, when you got a good sized family. You people got to spend time with their husbands, people, and did different things like that. You know, which is understandable. But we had a little bit of adventure.
We had a
Should
little
we say
adventure. Had a little surprise visitor.
Yeah, you know, as we, I don't know if you were listening last night, you know, our family had Thanksgiving at the park, and when you have Thanksgiving at the park, sometimes you get uninvited company, sometimes in the form of raccoons.
Oh boy.
So it was eventful to say the least.
Eventful to say the least. The raccoon joined us. Raccoon tried to steal the turkey.
Yes, but we had the raccoon whisperer.
The raccoon whisperer was there.
Brother King. If you listen to Brother King, call in. The raccoon whisperer. He was holding it down.
It was a sight. You had to see it. Just to kind of set you up. You know, like I said, we were at a park. You know, parks have the pavilions are usually built on like a concrete slab. And so right at the edge of the concrete slab, that's where the raccoon came. He came right to the edge of the concrete slab until the raccoon whisperer, as Jeremy called him, stepped up, picked up a stick like he was playing baseball. That's what made me laugh. Picked up a stick like he was playing baseball to try and instill at least some fear into the raccoon to make him run away.
Wow.
45 minutes later, though, thankfully, 45 minutes later, the park ranger, or at least park attendant, came by, found a trap, and got said raccoon away. But for a good 45 minutes, though, we had to sort of fiend off a raccoon from attacking the Thanksgiving spread. Because, you know, raccoons get bold.
Yes.
Raccoons will jump on top of a table.
They don't care.
No, they do not.
They're not scared.
Not scared at all.
Not
actually.
scared at
He
all.
was really ready to challenge.
He was ready to challenge for a second there.
He was just looking, climbed up and down the tree several times to see, you know, I might be able to figure this out and get to that food. You know, meanwhile, you got 4 or 5 people throwing stuff at him
Throwing stuff
while
at
he's
him.
up in the tree. Sticks, rocks, basketballs, you know, whatever came handy.
Whatever they can
It was
find on
quite the
ground.
sight. It was quite the
the
sight.
sight. Like I said, and that went off about 45 minutes, right? Something like that.
About that.
It seems like about that. 45 minutes staring at the raccoon in the tree,
Oh my God.
throwing sticks, rocks, basketballs.
Because he was still coming at y'all.
Well, at that point, he wasn't coming down. There was at least 5 people down at the base of the tree, so he wasn't coming down to the base of the tree. And he didn't come back down onto the base of the tree until the trap came, and they put food in the trap, and he came on down. And he was like, "Okay, I'm good now."
Yeah.
He ate he went and got that food. Obviously got trapped, and bye, Mr. Raccoon went. But for a good 45 minutes, we were trying to figure out, was this raccoon gonna come back down this tree and try and get up on this table? Good times.
He was really interested too. I mean, because he was really trying to decide. Because he was up in the tree, but he was looking down. He kept peeping. He'll crawl halfway down the tree, look, and go back up, and crawl down a little more and look. And dude, it was quite the sight. It was like, okay,
It's quite interesting.
this guy hungry.
I want some mac and cheese.
Give me some of that turkey.
Wait, where y'all come from?
I know. That's the funny when the park attendant, he come by talking to him. What you doing out? You only supposed to be out at night.
That's his buddy.
I mean, he talking to her like, hey, you don't supposed to come out at night and clean everything up.
Right, exactly. Obviously, somebody's been feeding him
Yeah.
during the daytime. The other interesting thing is that particular park, they actually have peacocks that also roam the park, and so the peacocks.
Yeah, the peacocks live there. You have a pack of them.
Yeah, they stopped by as well. They kept it moving though.
Right.
Yeah. They just they
kept
come
it
chill,
moving.
Don't mess with me. I won't mess with you.
say hi and keep moving.
They just say hi, keep moving.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. They just walk. They walk by just like it's an ant crawling on the ground next to you like it's nothing. They just walk by
Just chilling.
Just,
Because they only do their wings when they're like,
and they're trying to mate.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
So they were like, I'm here.
they're just chilling. The peacocks are just chilling. So it was interesting. Peacocks, raccoons, outside picnic.
Y'all gonna do outside again?
I mean, we
That's
could.
the
I
question.
don't
I didn't have a problem with it personally.
Okay, we can do it.
I didn't have a
We
problem
just
with it.
that much more closer to the basketball court. That's the way I looked at it.
There you go. So that was Thanksgiving. Good food. Once the raccoons and the peacocks left, it was a good time. Able to enjoy the food in peace. But good times, man. Good times, man. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680. Of course, the big thing, on Thanksgiving weekend, the next day is Black Friday. It's really, I guess, I don't know, Black Thursday now, I guess. Maybe we should be calling it.
Out of control.
Because, the sales started at 6. 6 o'clock on Thursday evening is when the big sales started. So, I mean, by the time it got to midnight on Friday, the sales were done. They were already done. I went into a Walmart at midnight on Thursday evening, and it was like nobody. I mean, it was like a normal midnight Friday on quote-unquote Black Friday. So, I mean, it was nothing because the big sales at Walmart started at 6, and I think by 9, pretty much, they were wrapping up.
That's
They
crazy.
were wrapping up, The good thing I heard about Walmart, though, this year is they did guaranteed shopping. So as long as you showed up at the specified time for that deal, you got the deal. And they were actually even shipping it to whatever store you wanted it to ship to. So you're from Ohio, but you're in Orlando visiting family. You showed up at the right time, bought what you wanted to buy, and then they'd arrange to have it shipped in Ohio. Once all of the, if you didn't want to buy it in the store, or even once all the store merchandise was gone, they were setting it up so that you can get it online somewhere. So that was pretty cool. Walmart, if you were out there shopping, I heard they had what our sister tell us, 32-inch TVs for $100 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. It's not a bad deal for a 32-inch TV.
No, but like I always like to say, what brand is it?
That's true. Well, they last.
For
For $100,
but
if you get a good year, 2 years out of it,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
got your money's worth.
At this stage of the game, they flipping TVs and turning technology over and television so quick. After 2 years, you almost want a newer TV anyway.
Yeah.
If you're into that sort of thing, and in 2 years, you know, the 32-inch will probably be about $50.
Yeah.
So you'll be all right. You'll be all right as long as you got your good year out of it. But good times, man. Crazy times as well. You hear about the lady, I think it was at Walmart actually, that got into a fight and then somebody ended up getting tased
Yeah,
as a result trying to shop. Like, really? I never understood that. Why? First of all, why are you fighting? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody out here trying to shop. Why are we fighting? Like, I need to hurry up and get this deal before the next person get the deal. You know, you talking about fighting.
Right.
And then you got a taser, and now you going to tase me?
I know.
Like, are you kidding me right now? Tasing? Come on, man.
I read an article that this year was the deadliest Black Friday, as far as like people getting trampled or fights or injuries and just ridiculousness. It's crazy.
I just don't understand why anything is that important.
It's not.
Like you said, people even shooting guns.
Yeah.
Like, a gun?
A gun
I'm just trying to get
for
a
a TV
trying to get a TV, man.
or an iPod or whatever.
I just don't understand. The 407-894-1680.
A couple of hours ago, you gave thanks. Hopefully, you gave thanks
I
for
know.
whatever you have, and
Say,
then
Lord, we thank you.
6 hours later, by the way, I need this too.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get it. Somebody got to die.
Bang bang, bang bang.
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm thankful for this piece I got.
Yeah. Lord, let me help me go to Black Friday and not have to pop nobody.
That's crazy.
Crazy, man. I just don't get it, man. I don't think there's anything that I want that I'd be willing to risk my life for somebody else's life just to obtain it. Just nothing seems that important. You know, protecting your child, you know, but a toy or, you know, a television or whatever, a piece of clothing, whatever, man.
Yeah.
None of that matters, man. None of that matters. You got to be
Shouldn't
crazy.
matter.
You got to be crazy to be pulling guns and tasers on people because you can't get them $3 socks at Walmart.
Out of control.
You can get to the bin fast.
I just won't go. I refuse. I absolutely refuse to participate in any of that.
Yeah, me too. That's my thing. I don't even want to be out and about with all the foolishness.
Yeah. I'm home with my family.
chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was
Watching movies.
at work
Oh.
that Black Friday.
So you had to deal with that. Do people come in your store?
For some strange reason, we were open at 6 o'clock in the morning because we had no sales.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I'm there at 6 every morning, but it's just the point of why are we open?
Wow.
It was like
Nobody
a
there.
couple came in there, their pajamas,
Okay.
and they were probably just coming in the shop because they was probably up and they knew nobody else was gonna be in there.
Right.
Because I mean, we didn't. It was like just a normal thing. Around about 9:30, that's when people start coming in, which is about the normal time we open. But for whatever reason, I guess they didn't want to miss out on no money.
Yeah, you know, people want to make sure they get everything they can get on Black Friday because they think that Black Friday, you know, in theory, anyway, the perception is that's when you're gonna get those best deals. You know, truth be told, they probably raised the prices by 5% and
Right.
then discount them.
That's
Exactly.
That's probably what.
Real
I'm glad
talk,
somebody
that's
know
what
the game.
happened.
I'm glad somebody know the game.
I'm just saying. Real talk, that's exactly what it is.
So that's probably what they're doing, but you know, hey man, it's the biggest shopping weekend that the stores have generally in the country. So people got to go out. 407-894-1680. Yes, ma'am.
I have a story, and I was actually hoping that Mr. King would actually be here because I think he would enjoy this one. So on 60 Minutes, the president or founder of Amazon revealed that they're working on a drone-based delivery system called Prime Air. And when you go on Amazon, his vision is between a half an hour to 60 minutes after you click buy whatever you're going to buy, a drone will come and deliver your package.
Yes, I saw that particular story.
Yeah.
They even have they created a clip, if you saw too, a YouTube clip
Yes.
to kind of demonstrate the idea that they have. It was kind of actually, you know, to be honest, I'm not a drone guy.
Yeah.
But the idea is actually very clever.
No, it's not.
It's very, very, very clever. You know, to add to that, Amazon, obviously, one of the biggest companies in the world from a retail perspective. But I was reading, too, that actually UPS is also looking into that same type of model to sort of help to revamp the delivery company business as well. So bottom line, this is where we're going.
The future.
Yeah.
This is the future.
Let me add,
Get
he
rid of all
did
the
say
people.
it's like 4 to 5 years off, so it's not going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
But
Exactly.
this is what their
But this is the
plan
future.
is.
This is the future.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of twofold, because obviously, you know, the conspiracy is, of course, these are drones. Drones typically, they're going to have some kind of camera system on them to so that some person somewhere can verify that it actually made it to where it was supposed to go. So there's going to be some recording that is taking place consistently on these drones. We're talking about Amazon, so we're probably talking about millions of drones that are going to be flying in the air.
Safety.
So there's a safety aspect, which I'm sure they can figure out the safety aspect. They're making a big deal about it as, it's not possible. The safety issue is going to be a big deal. At the end of the day, money's going to get involved and they're going to figure out the safety. But just the idea of, though, the actual convenience of it, though, that's what kind of intrigues me. The convenience of being able to purchase a product. Because most times, right, you purchase a product, you either pay for the expedited shipping, which means you get it in 1 or 2 days, or you pay for the extended version of shipping, which means you get it in 5 to 7 days, 3 to 5 days, something. So you're waiting for some product that apparently was important to you enough to purchase,
Right.
and now you got to wait some extended amount of time to get it. With this type of technology, now you buy it, and just like going to Walmart, you know, you buy it, and within an hour, it's at your door.
But then I'm wondering also, though, would this be considered a premium? So you can get it in 60 minutes, but sort of like how now if you do overnight delivery, it's another $15 added onto it. So if you want the drone, it's another $30 added to the purchase.
I'm sure there'd be an extra upcharge, but again, as with anything, the more mass production it gets,
Right.
the cheaper it gets.
Right. To start off, though.
Exactly. And then too, if you're talking about competition, right? Because if Amazon can do it, you know, I was reading an article that says actually UPS spends more money on technology than any other delivery company. So if Amazon is doing it, and now that, you know, they put it it's out in the air, so you know, and UPS prides itself on being the top delivery company in the world.
Right.
So if Amazon is doing it, you know UPS will not be far behind if they don't beat them.
Yeah.
So therefore, there's going to be competition. Competition drives down price, so that the price, while it might be an upcharge, it's going to eventually come down and once again be somewhat relative, you know, affordable. Because at the end of the day, they're going to want you to use this service. And so it's going to come, it's probably be some premium involved, but it's probably not going to be, you know, more taxing. Because most of the items that say that they're initially anyway trying to ship are going to be small package items.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to charge me, if I'm only paying $100, I'm not going to pay $50 to get it expedited.
Right.
You know, so you're going to have to, that price is going to have to somewhat be, you know, reasonable, if you will. But that's what is intriguing, though. The idea that I buy something and an hour later it's at my house. That, you know, I'm not a drone guy. I'm truly not a drone guy. But there's something to be said for convenience.
Yeah, it's not even about convenience. It's about impatience is what it's about. It's no different. Why is most retailers, not most retailers, but a lot of retailers open 24 hours a day? Why are the food places open 24 hours? It's because now all of a sudden you can't wait no more. You know, God forbid you wait till the morning to get something, get a gallon of milk. You know, and I need my milk at 3:30 because I want some cereal right now.
We've built a society based on convenience. That's our society right now. Everything that we do is built to make whatever your life is more convenient. Why do we have cell phones? We have cell phones because it's more convenient to be able to immediately talk to somebody as opposed to wait till we get home to speak to them. Why is there a text message? Because I can't get you on the phone, but I can quickly text message you and say whatever I need to say. You know, it's all about convenience. The whole society is about right now, right here.
And that's called impatient.
And it might be, but
The microwave.
exactly.
There you go. I need it right now, right now.
It might be,
Right
but
now.
that's society. And so any company that can provide that convenience is winning. And there you go. They're winning. And if Amazon gets it first, you know eBay is going to be right behind them. But if they do it first, they're going to be winning.
There's gonna be a whole bunch of birds in the air.
There's a whole bunch of birds in the air. Like I said, it's shady territory. I'm not a drone guy, but there's something to be said
Because
for
the
convenience. It's going to be interesting.
the conspiracy theorists of our team here would say then the government is going to camouflage their drones to look like Amazon or UPS, and it's really spying on people. I could just hear him say that.
I can
right
hear you
now.
saying that.
But that's what's going to happen, let's be honest.
We got a caller tonight. How you doing, Frederick? Hello? Frederick?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, sir? What's your
I'm
comment?
all right. I was just listening to y'all radio show, and y'all was talking about Amazon and how the drones is going to kind of deliver in a special way within like 60 minutes. The thing I'm looking at is the logistics of it as far as manpower, because basically drones are going to replace people and put folks out of work.
Yep.
If you're not able to work on these drones, if you're not able to manufacture and work on the software or whatnot, that's going to bring down the manpower. And just like computers and took over manpower as far as the industry back in the day, it was 1950s and coming up until now, computers have replaced manpower. So drones is going to do the same thing, and it's going to bring their profits way up if you want to pay that extra premium, if you're going to pay an extra premium and whatever or whatnot. I look at it as it is an opportunity to have great technology, but we in this country right now are like so we got to have it now.
Yep, exactly.
Got to have it now. It's no waiting, and it's kind of like press that type of industry all over the world. I'm coming from a military background where we use drones to get certain things done, and either surveillance, like you said, and some of the other things that came into play. But you also got to realize that it's all about the dollar bill. So if it costs less to put this drone in the air and pay people less, then that's something that's got to be a concern on everybody's mind. That's just my opinion about it.
All right, man. I appreciate you calling, Frederick.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I think he's right. Obviously, the more drones that are produced, you're going to lose some jobs. But I think on the flip side of that, there are also going to be jobs created because, as he was saying, the more mass production of drones that you do, the bigger the industry that produces them. They're going to need some manpower in order to help create these drones and build them. They're going to need some manpower to help fix these drones. And so, while I guess the question could be raised, are we going to lose more jobs than we create? I don't know. But certainly jobs will be created, even if some are lost. Because at the end of the day, the drones are going to have to be monitored by somebody. And so usually there's going to be at least some person on the other end making sure things are flowing in the direction that they need to go. What were you going to say, Jeremy?
I would say, I think we're going to lose more than we create. The thing you got to realize is, like you were saying, somebody has to work on them. Somebody has to produce them. Now, maybe in the production of it, it might not have to be skilled labor. It might not have to, but then again, it might have to, unless they do it in prison. That's a whole nother subject.
Hey, but
At that privatized prison, they might mass produce them there.
Maybe.
And pay you a penny an hour. So then you talking about losing jobs. Wow. Now you just got, well, technically you can't call it slave labor because you're paying them something. But I believe it's just, I don't know, it's just, to me it's just too much. It's like it can't be that serious. Anything you need,
it is.
you got to know a week before I mean, something that you talking about, you want somebody to deliver to you other than a pizza. you got a couple days, bruh.
you may, but
You know what I'm saying?
let's just be honest though. This is the wave. This is where the future is going. You know, I'm not a big drone guy, but I'm at least honest enough to see that the world is moving towards drones, and the use of drones in many more areas. We're already seeing. Obviously, the military uses drones a lot. We're seeing the use of drones beginning to sort of manifest itself within police departments across the country. And now we see even the retail sector of the country is now expanding and looking into drones. Hey, bro, it's just a matter of time. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying
time before the end of the world.
It's a matter of time, bro. It's a matter of time, and there's very little I think that we're going to be able to do to stop it. You know, from a capitalistic point of view, somebody better figure out a way to capitalize on it. Is what we need to be doing. How can I capitalize off of this thing? Is what we need to be doing, because I just don't see us stopping it. And so we can benefit in some way. That's probably the next plan that we should be working on. Frederick's back. How you doing? Go ahead, Frederick.
I'm doing all right. Yeah, also the thing is, we're actually using drones right now in the manufacturing sector. I used to work about a year ago in Michigan, and they're using drones in order to like pull logistic parts from a certain section of supply, and that supply is being delivered on like an on-time delivery to a certain line or a certain area of the plant in order to build a Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or whatever the size of the car it may be.
Okay.
There's a lot more involved. We right now technology is going to the point that we're going to be literally sitting in our cars and they're going to be driving themselves. They're already pretty much self-assisted
Right.
as far as cruise control, and we're pressing technology and manpower and thinking, engineering, and whatever else. We're putting money and finances into these systems in order for it kind of be like a control system. I mean, within the next 7 years, our children, grandchildren will no longer be driving. It'll be driving themselves.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You're breaking up on me, Frederick.
What's that?
I say you're breaking up on us right now.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, within the next 10 to 15 years, vehicles may no longer even be in existence. I mean, the skills that we're putting out now is so far behind. I was just reading an article just the other day that Hong Kong has the fastest internet in the world.
Mm-hmm. I saw
Even
that.
though we may be the richest country in the world,
We're
but
behind on
their
technology.
math skills and things is way far beyond what we're teaching our children now.
Yeah.
You know, I teach my kids now more math and more English than ever before. Not just waiting on just the schools to do it, but they need to know now that you need to know your arithmetic, you need to know your algebra really, really well, because in order for you to be successful, you're going to have to be able to do algorithms and arithmetic in order to be successful. We may not use it in everyday life, but if you want to be somebody like an engineer and everything, you're going to have to be able to push that education to your fullest capacity.
Exactly.
And we're losing a lot of social skills just based on like social networking. It used to be, you know, like you said, you can pick up the phone and you can talk to someone and have a decent conversation. But now you call someone, they go to voicemail, you send a text, and they answer you right back.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's crazy.
I'm in a
It's
meeting.
true.
I can't pick up the phone. What?
Yeah.
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 You don't
Ain't
pick
no
up the phone
meeting?
at all. I mean, you get somebody on Twitter or Facebook faster than you would even pick up the phone. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so technology, like I said, it can be a good thing, but it can also make you a little bit lazier to do certain tasks. You know, so we got to get our youth and the folks that's working in the industry right now to understand that utilize these resources, but utilize them in a smart way. You know, if they're going to be bringing drones and whatnot to deliver a certain product, and like you said, UPS is going to be solely right behind them because they want to be the best. They want to be the number one. They want to beat FedEx. They want to beat U.S. Mail. They want to beat the number one company in the world to deliver your logistics, period.
Right.
So they're going to put forth that dollar bill. They're going to put forth that technology, their research, whatever it takes in order to meet that goal. And it's all about supply and demand.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, supply and demand. If I can get a product to you in less than 60 minutes, just like a pizza or whatnot, and it's efficient and you pay me premium for it, then you're going to pay an extra $50, whatever it may be. I'm going to push towards that limit to make that happen. So that means, yes, it's going to be a lot more growth as far as people fixing them and maintaining them and monitoring, yes, but where are these distribution centers going to be at? Because strategically right now, only is about 13 or 14 distribution centers outside within the U.S. for Amazon. Okay, so that means all major cities, if you're going to make this happen, folks going to pay for this, you're going to have to build more.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, and that's what they're saying right now. It's like 4 to 5 years down the road. Like
right. But you know, and I agree with a lot of things you said there, Frederick. But like I said, what we know is, you know, a company like Amazon, when they introduce something to you, they're doing it.
Yeah.
And so it's not even a matter of if this is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And so we know where the technology is going. This is why it's so important. Like you said, you're teaching your kids extra math skills, but you know, and English skills and science skills as well, which is a lot of the areas that we fall short in. We need to be beefing up these areas because the growth in terms of jobs is not coming. And you know, it's going to come from those math and science related fields. Technology is here to stay. Technology is only going to make lives more convenient. And so you're either going to be the person creating that technology, the person fixing that technology, or the person helping to ensure that technology is working correctly, if you will. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in, you know, some kind of low skilled job.
And I think also it's going to be a whole culture change. You know, it's going to take a culture change for that to be a reality in our culture. Because right now, we got refrigerators right now tell you you're low on milk. Yeah. And then, you know, if you get a Samsung one, it'll order milk for you, send it to the grocery store, and someone deliver it at your door if you have it set up that way. You know, so the convenience of things are really, really becoming such a, not even a memory of what it used to be. Oh, I need low milk. I got to put that on my grocery list and write that down. Now, it's so, everything is so automatic, so instant, so automatic that you have to be very, very careful where technology will take you because you don't want to be so much out of touch and out of that you lose yourself in it.
Gotcha. Yeah. I appreciate it, Frederick. We're about to get out of here, man. I thank you for calling.
Okay, you have a good night.
Thank you, Frederick.
Quickly, he touched on something. There were results just came back from the 15-year-olds that took a test called the Program for International Students Assessment. Right now, the U.S. is failing to crack the top 20 globally. And, of course, the top overall scores in science, math, and reading are Shanghai, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, South Korea. Yeah. So we're killing us. We're not even cracking the top 20.
Right. Yeah, and from a technology perspective, they're killing us. Even in Korea, the internet, they say the internet speeds in Korea or South Korea are crazy compared to what we have here. I mean, we're much slower in terms of technology with our internet speed than a lot of these countries that we quote unquote feel like we are more superior to. Certainly from a financial point of view, but technology wise, we got a ways to go. And I just say get on board, man. Find a way to capitalize off of the future. We thank you for listening tonight. This is your host, Jay Real. Remember, this is Gospel 1680 WOKB. Catch us online, WOKBradio.com. We'll see you next week, people. You can follow us on Facebook, Real Family Talk. You can follow us on Twitter, Real Family Talk. The website, realfamilytalk.weebly.com.
WOKB, Winter Garden, Orlando.
It's Gospel 1680 WOKB, your urban empowerment and inspiration station. It's the top of the hour, and sure enough, I know that I'm going to make it out. All right, here's John P. Key, VIP Mass Choir right now.